there's one topic I forgot. We're going to get to it really quickly because Hayden has actually sort of played Battlefield 1.
Sort of seen a lot of Battlefield 1. So EA brought us down to Redwood City, which is a miserable place to go at 9 in the morning.
Oh my God! Just get on the Google bus, man.
And they sat us down in this auditorium, and they gave us a presentation for an hour. And the amount of footage we saw in that hour was like 2 minutes.
Really? So you didn't even play the game then?
No, we they made it very clear that we will play the game at whatever EA's not E3 thing is called. EA Play, I think, is the name of it.
So it should be hands-on there.
Yeah, we're gonna get hands-on at not E3.
Not E3.
So
Not EA3.
Is it E2 because it's before E3? Or
yeah, it's like that Sunday afternoon or something. It's terrible. We have to go like EA's thing, and then Bethesda has their thing that night, and then press conference day is Monday. So, but yeah, World War I game, which Gordon is not very excited about.
No, I
alternate history World War I, right?
No, not alternate history. It is real history.
Yeah, okay.
Kotaku put that headline out, and then immediately, like, I went back an hour later, and they had corrected it. Actually, we don't. So like the first image that came out had a dude in a cape and like a zeppelin in the background.
Yeah, he looked like a wizard.
And I think Kotaku was like, Kotaku went, "This is fake." And this is alt history, but it wasn't. It was real history.
So there was actually some dude in World War I running around with a mace, a Mauser.
Yeah, it's a trench club
and a cape.
Yeah, and a cape. There, so people pinpointed it. Apparently, it's the Harlem Hellfighters.
Right, but I mean, didn't they wear a helmet? I mean, why was
I assume that, but like, this is fucking Battlefield, right? Like, it's it's silly. That you watched the trailer, so you heard that awful cover of Seven Nation Army with like the weird dubstep in it. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know what they think they're doing. I don't know if it'll catch on. Like so Brad knows I love Verdun, which is this tiny indie World War I shooter that's been out for a couple of years, and they were very. Like, we're stressing historical accuracy.
Oh, those are fun.
Everybody's going to, like, run around in bolt-action rifles. And Battlefield is like, we don't give a shit about that. Here's, like, here's a tank that never even saw the front lines that we're going to throw in here. And, like, here's this screaming rock cover in the background. And it looks like Battlefield.
Right.
With, like, a World War I skin.
At least it's not Call of Duty. Right.
I'm kind of interested. I mean, I'm getting kind of burned out on the modern day
shooters.
Oh,
absolutely. So. I'm done with the modern day and future shit. Like, but Gordon knows what I mean. I've been talking. Like, I want a World War II shooter.
1942,
I want to see Normandy done with 2016 tech, because like the last time we had a World War II shooter was fucking World at War, the crappy Call of Duty game from 2008, I think. Right out, it came out right after Modern Warfare did. So everybody was like, "This is awful. Like, just give us Modern Warfare 2 already."
Yeah.
In retrospect, that was a fine game, but it was just not the Call of Duty people wanted that year. And as a result, like, we haven't had a Normandy level since I think Call of Duty 2 in 2005, 2006, somewhere in whenever that came out.
Yeah.
I'm curious to see. This is just something I was talking about with some other people the other day. I'm curious to see what the reaction's going to be. I mean, it's not this year. This is speculating far in the future. When they start to make like shooters like this, like intense Normandy levels and stuff like that, in something like the HTC Vive and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Would people like it as much, or would they be like, "Oh man, this is horrible. Screw this"? I mean, throw down your arms, everybody. Never play these kinds of games again. Or will it be as awesome as it was playing the first Normandy level in that old Call of Duty or whatever it was?
Yeah, I just think that you need to be more reverent. Like the problem with VR stuff is you really need to, like, I don't know, because you feel like you're there, you need to be like more aware of people's reactions than you would on, like, for some reason, like when you see it on a screen, you're like very distanced from it, and mowing down dudes and shooting dudes doesn't seem like as big a deal. I think there have been a lot of articles written about like the difference between experiencing something on a screen and experiencing something in a VR headset, and the way that in my experience, like on a screen, I remember that I played a game.
Yes.
in a VR headset, when I think back to those memories, it feels like I like did those things. So like whatever,
I 100% agree.
Whatever it was, like whether it was like playing tennis or whatever, it feels like I actually played tennis. Like my brain remembers me playing tennis, not like, oh, I played that tennis game one time, something like that. And when you get into the very realistic stuff like Battlefield, that feeling becomes a lot weirder than something that's like, oh, I just was like shooting tennis balls or something like that.
Well, it's also slower. I mean, VR, you play Battlefield, especially you watch a 14-year-old play, and it's like, you're like, you can't even see the screen. It's just kind of like everybody's looking back and forth. They're, 360 no-scoping constantly.
Yeah.
That's not going to happen with VR, right? That's just not going to
Yeah,
happen.
well, and that's the thing is like you just haven't seen, like, I find it interesting how few experiences we've seen that are like combat centric. Like we haven't, some of the things that seem really obvious, like we haven't seen a game where you play as like a sniper and like a sniper, you wouldn't have to move. Like you could just like put that guy on a rooftop
right.
But for some reason nobody's made that game, and I wonder if it's because that concept like makes people uncomfortable. Like you're in that
it's like
world.
Emotionally distressing doing it.
No,
whereas
no, we're
Gordon-
talking about the internet and gamers here. For God's
Gordon's a
sake.
sociopath. He's like, I'm shooting all those dudes.
I'm just not sure that the VR experience is the hardware is not quite there yet. Tethered and turning around constantly to do your 360 no scope.
Oh, sure, for Battlefield and stuff,
everywhere.
I absolutely agree. I just mean like if you were to make a sniper game, that's why I brought up
Yeah,
that, because you could just
sniper
like
would be-
stand in place and like raise your gun and whatever.
Right. I just think it's probably like duck hunting, though. It's like it'd be realistic duck hunting. You'd be sitting there for 3 hours talking to your friends.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a duck.
But think about
it's
how
not
much
coming
people
our
love that sniping mission in the first Modern Warfare. That's like one
All
of the
gillied up.
classic Call of Duty moments. Is that whole segment?
All gillied up. I still remember. That's the only one I remember its name.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
And the 50,000 people used to live here. Now it's a ghost town.
But did you crawl through a field for like 6 hours to get there?
For like an hour.
Okay.
That was what made that level so memorable to people. Was it wasn't like that's the thing about the first Modern Warfare that nobody really remembers. I mean, now it's come up more because they're remastering Modern Warfare this year because they know. But yeah, like the one of the things that everybody liked about Modern Warfare was it wasn't the typical Call of Duty, like you run everywhere and you like knife a bunch of dudes. And Modern Warfare was like, for the most part, the memorable points of that game were the very slow, quiet moments. Like, oh, this is a 30-second level where you die in a nuclear explosion and you just crawl out of this APC for forever. Like that sort of stuff was what made Modern Warfare really great, and then all of that was gone from Modern Warfare 2.
Yeah, I just don't even remember that. It seems like forever.
You should play that game again when it comes out again in November.
Yeah.
When,
It's like-
when they tie Infinite Warfare, which looks really bad, to Modern Warfare Remaster, which everybody wanted.
It's just like looking back at the original Star Wars and like, yeah, that was awesome. And what it's turned to now, sort of like, I guess the franchise.
Are you saying you don't like the new Star Wars, Gordon?
No, I can't say that. 'cause
Spoiler.